I used to get very frustrated when people didn't come to the same conclusions that I did. I had a friend who would get very depressed when he would just admire something like a butterfly and no one would even notice the butterfly. He'd become very, very disturbed and depressed that, here's this beauty, no one else even cares. If we want to appreciate all of the variety of life, that includes appreciating all of the variety of people. And we have to recognize that our way is not the only way. Our way is not the right way. There is no right way. There's just our way and other people's way. It's very funny how most people expect, demand, and desire everyone to think like them, do things like them, appreciate the things that they appreciate, like the same stuff they like, and simultaneously would be bored out of their mind if the whole world was just a billion clones of that person. We would not enjoy always talking to ourselves, always knowing what someone's going to respond, and being surrounded by everyone who thinks exactly the same. Even though everyone thinks they should be dictator god of the universe, they would all make a terrible dictator god. Because we're all so different. Some people like blue and some people like red. And we need to recognize that that is a beautiful thing. Some people are great at art and some people are great at music. And some people suck at both, but they are great at math. Thank God we have all these skills and talents and contributions to our lives from so many different people. So we have to recognize that it is that variety that really makes life beautiful. If life was just one color, we would not even like it. We'd be bored, uninterested. And it is that rainbow of experience that makes life beautiful. So try remembering that just because someone wants something differently doesn't mean they don't have something beautiful to offer. And to give them space to be who they are, to let them flourish and blossom as who they are because no one's being judgmental or critical, is the way that this world will become that beautiful bouquet of flowers. Usually, what a person likes, thinks about, their politics, their interests, their hobbies, their thought process, is secondary to how kind they are, how thoughtful they are, how loving and sweet and fun to be around they are. I have people who are best friends who you would not believe how opposite we are, okay? I got friends with shaved heads and shaved faces who are on the complete opposite end of every spectrum imaginable, political, you name it. And they are some of the funniest, kindest, sweetest people that I've ever met. And I think that we can get a little hung up on what a person thinks about something going on around the world and lose focus on how they tend to the garden around them. It doesn't matter what brand a person likes, or politician, or celebrity, or movie, or any interest at all. What really matters is what's in a person's heart. Everything else is just set decoration, and we don't need to focus on it too much. It has nothing to do with the foundation and the structure of the building. And it really is one of the funnest things to do. It really keeps life interesting. And we don't need to be closed-minded to have this violence in our mind towards others, where we block out this person and we allow this type of person. That is what the Nazis did. And we don't need to do that. We don't need to categorize people. We just need to ask, are they coming from a place of kindness or hatred? That's the most important thing. And if there's kindness, then guess what? Even if you had a chance to change a person's mind, you don't get to do that if you block people. So what if someone and their thought processes are totally irrational? Well, who are we that's so rational? Who are we that's not emotional? Who are we that's Spock from Star Trek, always logical and rational and just the cold hard truths and no prejudices, biases, likes, preferences? Nonsense. That's the superior ego trying to talk. The fact is, it's, again, totally irrelevant to if someone is kind. It's totally irrelevant to someone if they are forgiving and open-minded in nature. Those are the kind of people we can all be friends with. The other kind is a bit more tricky. Recently, like so many of us, I've experienced some tragedies in my life, some loss of some very close people. And that is what inspired me to write this book, Grief and Spiritual Healing, because the teachings I lay out here are what helped me survive and get through such a horrible time. And I hope that these teachings can help you and your loved ones as well. It's available on Amazon in print and Kindle. And all the profits will go to a nonprofit foundation to help other people grieving.